Okay, so I just want to vent and I just want to see what you guys think. I was working at this facility as a travel nurse in California, and I work in the ER. I basically had a patient that was on hard leather restraints, right? And this patient had on a spit mask and came with the police and handcuffs. So I already knew this patient was going to be possibly very aggressive, right? So the first thing I made sure was, I had everything that I needed to be prepared. For this patient in particular, the ER doctor was taking a little bit of time to put in the hard restraints and like the order. So we were me and the charge nurse were basically like having to keep reminding him, and like that was like my main concern, and making sure the patient was safe. I was safe, my coworkers were safe, we were doing everything right. I had my vitals, I had my sitter, I started the documentation that I had the patient in hard leathers, and did everything that I needed to do. Long story short, I did not chart that I took the patient off restraints in the right spot. Mind you, I was off for 18 months. I just came back for the last maybe 4 weeks. I was a little bit rusty on where I needed to do documentation. Okay. I did chart in the progress notes that I took the patient off of the restraints, because I always go to my progress notes to chart things that happened throughout my shift, so the night shift nurse or whoever takes over can kind of see what happened. So it was my day off, and I get a call from my company saying that the facility is making a big deal about this, and they really want me to call them and, fix the situation. And I was like, okay. So I called, spoke to one of the managers, and originally I told him that I was going to come in on Friday, right, to fix my documents. And I said, hey, if I'm going to come in, I would really like to pick up a shift, and I want to make a little bit of money if I'm going to drive 45 minutes on my day off, and I have to pay for a babysitter, whether it's 10 minutes just to drive down there to fix documentation, I still have to pay for a sitter. So I was like, you know what, let's just go make a little bit of money and work a whole shift, or a princess shift. So Friday, there was no shift for me to pick up. So I texted the scheduler, and I was able to work on Saturday for 8 hours. And that was fine. I came on Saturday. I emailed the person who audits charts for restraints, got the patient's VIN number, went in the chart, fixed my documentation. Then Monday, I come into work. I talked to the person that audits charts in person. I said, hey, I just want to make sure that everything is okay. I didn't miss any of my documentation. And can you show me where is there a resource sheet where I could have a reminder just in case, so this doesn't happen again, And so she showed me. We went through the hospital policies of how they like their charting be done again. And that was that. I didn't think about the situation anymore. So yesterday I get a call, this is just a few days later, that I was fired because I did not come in on Friday to fix my documentation. That was it. I didn't get a call, a text, an email from any managers. Nothing. The only person that told me that I needed to come in and fix my documentation was my travel agency, which they don't know anything about what's going on at all. And mind you, before I got pregnant, I was there for almost a year. So that shows they like me. I'm a good nurse. I'm always on time. I don't get any patient complaints. No one's complained about me that I know of. So I'm not trying to toot my horn, but I'm just saying if I was at a facility for over a year, I left for 18 months, got rehired as a travel nurse, and I came in on my day off, fixed my documentation. Mind you, the week that I came in and picked up extra to fix my documentation, not only was it my day off, but it was also a week that I requested off in my contract that I did not have to be there, right? But I was just like, you know what? Today I'm not doing anything. I came back in town early. Let me just go make some extra money and fix my documentation so, I could go about my contract. That's it. I was told by my company that I was let go because I didn't come on Friday. So, yeah. So, what do you guys think? Like, that's a reason to fire me? Or, like, should I be given... I mean, I know that the travel nurse world is really rough. You could be let go for any reason. And I should know better, right? And then also, I do know that they weren't extending any more travelers. And they have let go a couple other travelers for something very small. So maybe this is just their way of getting travelers to be cut. Yeah. Anyways, tell me what you think.